And Huon Valley Theatre, I think, is a really good example of the Huon Valley in a way, you know, because they've got some people who've been there forever, and then it's got kids who come through, and then they go on to be soapy stars and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So or they go on to do something in Hobart, something. So it's got this lovely mix of generations.
Students are not disciplined enough in my book anyway. Never ever heard us be disciplined when we went to school.
A lot of the older people who are in the Huon Valley, like a lot of them have kind of, their families have lived here for like forever, but a lot of the people living in the Huon Valley now are people who are like, you know, they've seen the world, they've done everything, and now they just want somewhere quiet to like retire or whatever.
I mean, you've got a different generation, and I think this generation expects too much.
When we were young, as far as land and houses is concerned, well, you just did it. You found a cheap bit of land, or you walked into the bank and says, I've got this house here and it's 40 grand, can I have the money? And the bank would go, yes, and you had a house. Well, now there's a high percentage of them that what they're really facing is a lifetime renting.
I think they expect too much from life.
When you're that age, you want to be like going to university, doing a part-time job, kind of like learning all that you possibly can.
I mean, everybody's got a car.
Yeah, you need your licence. Before I got my licence, I relied on my family, and yeah, it's not fair on them.
Everybody's got a car, they're up and down the road, not in them days. Not in them days. I mean, they were quite, you'd see them on the bikes and walking. Yeah,
unless you really love cycling.
We owe it to the youth of the Huon Valley to create an opportunity for them into the future. So, you know, again, that gets back to my comment, I suppose, about that balance between economic development and preservation and exclusion. You know, the more we exclude, the more we also drive away our young people.
I'd like to see some of the old ways come back, but not all of them.
And to young people, I think it's more important to make connections, to gain like world knowledge, to gain like knowledge in like every possible area, than it is to pass on like oral or like pass on stories, pass on oral knowledge.
Because I feel like my generation and youth get blamed for a lot of things.
The young uns can't leave nothing alone. And if you chip them, you're the world's worst.
Most of the older generations, I believe, see my generation as the bad guys.
And there's been these young uns going up and down on the scooters and nearly knocking people down, elderly people. I don't class me as being elderly till I look in the mirror. But elderly people walking back to the cars with the groceries and they're up and down, you chip them.
I walk past old people and they look at me like I'm some scum and stuff, you know, because I've got tattoos and stuff, but little do they know that I'd be the first one to get up on the bus and let them have my seat.
And I grabbed hold of one and I says, hey, stop that. Because I said, if you knock an elderly person down, you break their legs. They've had it.
I want older people to realise that we're not all bad.
As long as they respect us, that's pretty much all we ask. If you respect us, we'll respect you. It's as simple as that.
Oh, to want me on council, mate, I'd sheep them. I would. Mind you'd get kicked out after first lot.
I still know older people. I still have fun with older people because they know a whole lot more than I do. And it is it's awesome to learn off them because they learn in a whole different way than we do.
We have so much talent down here. People come here because it's a place for creative people to be. But we grow up our own creative talent and they go off and do the most amazing things. They really do. We have all sorts of people who are in theatre and arts and all sorts of amazing things. And it's a good place to develop creativity. I want to see more of that. And when something creative happens here, from the local theatre to the sports to all sorts of things, to the clubs and all sorts of recreation, people say, oh, how can I help? And it makes it possible for all of that creativity to flourish. I hope it happens for a very, very long time.
I hope you've not got this on cameras.
Yeah, but I don't know.